And Hrabbý,
Yes.
why are we here? The small question.
Yeah,
We start with that.
the small question of why are we here?
And who we are.
Yes. Well, I am Hrabbý, and this is Alma, and we are the founders and owners of Starcodes Academy, situated in Iceland.
Yes.
And the reason why we are here is the short story is maybe we had a calling.
Yeah.
The long story is a bit more complicated.
It's still not that complicated. It's a pretty, I think, normal story for many people.
Yeah.
We grew up in the countryside,
Yes.
both of us. We've known each other for soon 40 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. But we had this strong connection with nature and with animals when we were kids and teenagers. And then we kind of lost that connection going through the traditional route in life.
Yeah.
And even though we are very different, we have a very similar story.
Mm-hmm.
And we both went the normal route through high school, through college and
university.
Yes.
Accumulating degrees.
Mm-hmm.
And after we came out or graduated out of university, everything was about getting a good job, more prestige, more responsibilities. And, we just jumped onto the hamster wheel, like I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
And started living our life, if we can call that living. But we always had this, or at least I did, and I think I'm speaking for both of us, we always had this sense in our heart that we should be doing something else. We should be doing something more with what we had. And I never knew what this more was. But I just remember when I was about 10 years old, I had this strong feeling that I was supposed to save the world. And that's of course a huge feeling to have when you're 10 years old and you don't have any tools to save the world. And so I've had this strong feeling ever since I was a kid that I'm supposed to be helping. And that of course manifested when I became a young adult and then adult in just being very codependent.
Yeah, I think that's
trying to please other people and living for the work, living for the family, living for the friends, but not really taking care of myself.
And I can say the same. We basically never made a choice that was based solely on what we really wanted.
It was more about what we thought both people around us and maybe society expected of us.
Yeah.
Because we were both we're very smart women. We
can
say that. And
we did well in school.
And if you did well in school, especially my generation, then it was kind of expected that you would choose a academic route that would lead to prestige. Yeah. I always wanted to be an artist, but I always felt like this inner pressure, or not even inner, outer pressure to do something else. So I became a tourism expert. This wasn't really my passion, but I tried to bend it in a way that I was saving the earth through what I was doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I've always loved working with people. So I studied business. We both did a lot of project management.
Yeah.
That's the reason why we can be very organized, even though we can be floating and creative and spiritual and all of that, because what is very important to us is that spirituality is a part of daily life.
Yeah.
But we went through life as it is. We had, a number of traumas on the way, as almost everyone has.
Yeah.
And we ended up around 40 years old with severe life exhaustion. And that's something that I think was needed to happen, that had to happen, so that we would finally wake up and do the things that we felt we were called to do. I had this strong feeling that I was supposed to work with something spiritual, work with people.
And we had really both been on our spiritual journey for 15 years before this happened. Yeah. So we had been working on ourselves for a long time, but we never really, there's a lot of things that we knew that we didn't act on. We just kept on separating the spiritual self from the daily self, or so to speak.
And we were quite focused on learning, different therapies
to help others.
Learning different techniques and methodologies and all of that, instead of focusing within. So we here in Iceland we have a public rehabilitation program that we went into when we both
crashed and burned.
Basically,
yeah,
that's what happened. I mean, we were on the couch for a few months before
I think I finished Netflix and YouTube before my rehabilitation started. But for those who have been in that place, it's when you are so drained, even just standing up and going to the bathroom is like a huge mountain that you have to climb. And it comes with all kinds of emotions, and mostly I think it comes with regret, with shame, with a lot of sadness and sorrow about how you allowed yourself to get to that place. So there's a lot of emotions that you have to work through. And at least in my opinion, and I think our experience is that you have choices, of course, what you do with these feelings. You can become a victim. That's very easy in this situation. Or you can choose to look honestly at your life, to reflect on your life, and to learn from your mistakes. And that, of course, means that you have to take responsibility for the decision making that you have done so far. And that was kind of like, ooh, because I'm a Leo. So I'm very proud, and admitting that I have made mistakes has been like the most difficult task often in my life. So just doing this was like this huge undertaking, and but I don't regret it, of course. No.
I mean, we knew we needed to course correct. It wasn't. We couldn't continue as we had before.
No.
And we both knew this in our hearts, but actually doing something that you know is not always easy, and especially in a society where work is virtue.
Virtue, yeah.
And
and all the rehabilitation system, it aims towards getting you back into the job market, doing the same or similar job than you would as you were doing before. And we both went through the system. It's supposed to take 6 months. We took 1.5 years, I think, each, almost 2 years. And after that, the system said, computer says no. And we were both discharged, let's say, as
unable to rehabilitate.
So we were basically damaged goods, 40 years old, damaged goods after we came out of that system. But we knew that
wasn't the case.
That wasn't the case because the system wasn't really taking into account the human being as a whole. You know, it's just your body, your feelings, but not your soul, not your story, not everything that's happening.
Not looking within. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go? And then that's when we started working together. We knew, and we had known for quite some time, that we were supposed to work together. We just didn't know on what. But we started, and you were plugged in, and you started channeling light codes.
Yeah, during COVID, I started drawing light codes or photo pictures that I didn't know what were. And then after I'd drawn, thinking about 100 of them, we met and we decided to seek guidance from light beings, to ask, what is this? Because we both felt this is something major. So you can see an example of light codes here behind us. So we got them. When we connected, Archangel Metatron came through, and he told us that in this bundle of photos or pictures, there were 12 light codes, one for each chakra, that we should find, and then we should sit down and channel information and material for each one of these light codes to work with for ourselves. And that's basically, and and also that the light codes came from Atlantis. They had been in our chakras since the beginning, or since Atlantic times. But when Atlantis collapsed, they had been turned off. So we needed to ignite them again, and then work through the obstacles in each chakra. So that's basically what we did.
Yeah. So we went on a 9-month journey in the end, and where we worked 3 times actually through each of the chakras.
Channeled a lot of educational material,
meditations,
and all kinds of
lot of different kinds of information, and we worked through so much during these 9 months. And
it's a roller coaster.
Yeah. And we felt so much better, and with a much clearer picture of who we were, where we wanted to go after these 9 months, and what were the first steps. And something that the team that is working with us,
the team of light beings,
they asked us to guide others through the same. And it's not just for people who have been through burnout or exhaustion. It's for everyone who wants to transform their lives. That's why it's called Your Personal Transformation. And this is the foundation for everything that we do here at Starcodes Academy.
And now we're heading into our 4th year leading groups through this program. And it's been such a privilege and an honor to see the changes that people have made in their lives during this course. It's I always get tears in my eyes when I think about it. It's amazing.
And I'm grateful and humble that they trusted us with all this material, and they gave this to us to basically guide others through the same. And so that more people can enjoy the same transformation as we did.
But we will do another video about the course. And we love talking about everything connected to just personal development, transformation, spirituality, and we will be making a lot of videos where you can look at us or hear us talk about interesting things. So we hope you stay tuned in and that you follow us and see what we're doing. And we hope that your heart resonates with what we're saying.